So rebuilding a Holley carburetor is very easy. All you really need is just the carburetor you want to rebuild, in our case the 700 CFM Holley double pumper, and additionally, in our case, we're replacing the main body, so you'll need those two obviously. But the tools you're going to need are a ratchet with a 5/16 head, a Phillips screwdriver with a broad head for the base plate screws, a flathead screwdriver. We're going to be replacing these old crusty vent tubes on the new main body. So we're obviously going to need the new vents, and we'll need a pair of needle nose pliers in order to pull the vents out. Just a cheap Chinese, preferably Chinese, so the tool breaks and not the actual vent tube. A punch to put down in the vent tube, and then punch it, hit it down into the carburetor, seat it. So you'll need that, and preferably a hammer, but in my case that's what I got. A razor blade to clean off the gasket surfaces, a rag of some kind, lubricant, make pounding the vent tube in a little easier, new gaskets, an oversized, overly heavy hitting element for when things get frustrating, preferably a bottle of ibuprofen for when you get a headache, carb cleaner, your grandpa's phone number, 20 bucks, your lucky rabbit's foot, a box of Band-Aids, and Neosportin. That's all you really need to rebuild a carburetor, so let's get to it. These vent tubes are really easy. They just pull right out. Well, usually. Yeah, see, look at that. Your cheap Chinese tool, and just give it a quick few good hard strikes. Now, with our carburetor, there's only a few things we really have to do. All we gotta do is remove these 4 bolts on either side, and then the fuel bowls and the metering blocks will just come right off, right apart. It will just, there's nothing holding it there but friction, so it will just come apart. And the metering blocks should just come right off too. Oh, finally. So there, you just take off the 4 bolts and they come right off. Okay, now that we got all this off, we need to move on to the bottom. Take these screws out. And once again, once you got the screws out, the main body will just come right out. And just reassemble it the same way we took it apart. So we'll get our new gasket, put it on, then install our main body, and screw it back down. Now you're going to want to do this in kind of a zigzag star, you know, kind of like changing a tire. Equal pressure on all sides. That way you're not torquing one side more than the other. Alright, there we go. Our main body is now on our base plate. So now we need to install the metering blocks, the fuel bowls, and these bolts. Now the one with the power valve is going to go on the front. Okay. Now you want to make sure that this arm goes underneath this arm when you're reinstalling. So put that under there like that. Okay. Then just like that. Get your screws. Make sure the screws have the gaskets on them, or the gaskets are on the fuel bowl. Needs to be gaskets, otherwise this will leak. Now you don't have to be ramrodding these in here. Just snug will do. But you want to make sure it's the same on every side. There we go. Completely rebuilt. Fully functioning. New carburetor. That's how you rebuild one. If you liked what you've seen, please hit subscribe and check out some of our other stuff. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time.